We live in a world where honesty, integrity has become too exotic, no longer affordable. We are looking for men of formidable character, men of principle, men of value and integrity. If you ever have it, that is, the world is for you to inherit. The world will continue to look for you because you have something that is rare. You have something not everybody has. The world has become something else. A story was told of a taxi driver who took a passenger to airport. The passenger forgot his briefcase. Now, after dropping the passenger, this taxi man was going back to the park. And then, from the rear view mirror, he saw that a bag was lying on the back seat. So he pulled by the roadside, got out, and then opened the door and saw the bag. When he opened the briefcase, he could not believe his eyes. The briefcase was stuffed with hard currencies, huge sums of money. The man turned immediately and went back to the airport to see if he can get the passenger. On getting there, the passenger had already boarded flight and took off. Now, this man was in a dilemma, to take the money or to make extra effort to find the owner. After all said and done, he decided to make extra effort to find the owner. So he took the bag to a radio station for them to announce. Probably the owner will hear over the radio and come for it. So the radio people took the bag. He made an announcement. And then after series of announcement, the owner eventually got the wind that his bag has been recovered. So he went to the station and then was able to give evidence and information that proved that the bag was actually his. So the bag was handed over to him. And the man that brought the bag was called. The man appreciated him. Now, when the amount in the bag was mentioned, people became literally mad. Some said that this man has missed a lifetime opportunity of becoming wealthy. Imagine a golden opportunity he just threw away. The thing raised serious media outcry. Some people were bashing the man, backlashing, and saying a lot of things. In the school where his kids were attending, one day after school, the other kids called the man's children by the side, and then one of the kids brought out a toy gun and gave one of the man's kids and told him, when you go home, give your father this gun, ask him to shoot himself, that he's very stupid. Why would they return that one? The other one turned to the kids and said, I have been reading about a fool at 40 is a fool forever. I was unable to understand it until your father did what he did. That by the fact that your father did this, I have now understood what it means to be a fool at 40. What is the issue? That the man chose to be honest. That man chose the path of integrity. And he was ridiculed and walked. That is why I'm telling you that we live in a world where integrity has become too exotic, no longer affordable. But can you withstand the tension? Because the world is searching for such people. I'm telling you, go out today. Institutions are collapsing because men of integrity are lacking. Let me tell you, intelligence can take you a mile, but integrity and character will take you a lifetime. I know the story of a university professor who spent years of hard work, years of industry, building himself up, acquiring degrees upon degrees, writing articles, writing publication, and attained the zenith of his profession. One day, one singular act pulled him down from that ivory towers to the ground. What happened? In the university, he started taking sex for mark. Started requesting sex for mark. There is no integrity. There is no principle. And this reminds me of the points a man called Mahatma Gandhi made about 7 social sins in the world. Among the 7 social sins he listed was what he called knowledge without character. That knowledge without character is a social sin. And it can destroy you if care is not taken. He mentioned science without humanity, politics without principle, commerce without morality, pleasure without conscience. These are things that are destroying the world. It takes a life of principle. It takes a life conditioned by the values of the commandments. It takes a life that has commandment to give it its moral value to avoid this. That is why I'm telling you, if in this your youth, you attain a credible character, that somebody from somewhere will recommend you. How was Dola Akunyere recommended for NAFDAC to become the NAFDAC boss? Something happened when she did a particular assignment for the federal government, and then she went for medical checkup, and she was diagnosed of cancer. And the federal government or the person she was working with approved a large sum of money for her medical treatment. This woman went to the US for the treatment. After the hospital there ran some battery of tests, they discovered that the diagnosis made in Nigeria was in error. And they told the woman, you couldn't dictate any cancer cell in your body. There is no problem. This woman came back, wrote down her expenses, the amount for the flights, the amount for the check, and then returned the balance that the cancer treatment was no longer needed. Here is the balance. They could not believe this. She did this and went away. Was in the University of Nigeria and Nsukka as a lecturer teaching pharmacy. That was her area of specialty. And then one day, President Obasanjo needed somebody to sanitize the NAFDAC sector. And he was asking, can we get any person of integrity? Can we get any person of character? And somebody who remembered what Dola Akunyere did mentioned her name. This man never lobbied for that position. One day she was in her living room with her husband relaxing after the day's work, watching TV. Her phone rang. She picked her call. The voice from the other end said, it is His Excellency, President Obasanjo. She said, it's a lie. And then, until she heard his unique voice, and he was like, Your Excellency, how did I said, please, can I see you so and so thing in Abuja? Who will not answer the president's invitation? She said, with all pleasure. The next day, she bought a flight. I went to Abuja, went to the presidential house. And then personally, the president handed her this appointment letter as the new NAFDAC boss. That is the price of integrity. That is the fruit of honesty. That is the reward. So, in this your youthful age, it is the wish of Pope John Paul II that you build this moral, this life, that you become a person of conscience, a person that is credible, a person who has principle. That even behind you, people will say, I know this girl, I know this person, she can never do this. I don't know the man who said, there is a tribute of moral distinction in the saying that a man's word is his bond. That when you open your mouth and say this, people around you will say, this man is a person of integrity. He will always stick to his words. So there is a tribute of moral distinction in the saying that a man's word is his bond. That is the greatest tribute anybody can pay to you. So I want you to reflect on these things. Any place you have erred on the path of integrity, you are cutting yourself short.